Hey nerd, like and subscribe in the next 6.9 seconds or this shin will wake up in your bed. I know I'm not taking any chances.
Oh
Moving
my
on
god,
to-
delete the wood wedges right now.
Rather than wedges.
God.
What are you saying?
Oh, go!
Uh-oh. That did not hit.
Oh my god!
That did not hit.
Also has a beam saber.
Very cool. To the very interesting mechanics in which we will showcase. The Wave Rider form.
Hey nerd! Today, we're in a new Mech Gang video. That's what they call us, the Mech Gang. We're actually the pirate crew, the mechanical gangsters. You can see me in my epic pirate ship. And we have two recent guests, Rice Man and Cyclone. Oh wait, I guess Rice is kind of like having a mystery event happen to him.
It's a canon event.
What? Cannons? What? No!
Evaporated.
So, our two special guests here are going to help showcase their latest and greatest, maybe, possibly, potentially, if they
Maybe.
consider it so,
What?
build. The Zeta Gundam from Mobile Suit Gundam. Zeta.
I'm Double Zeta.
Yes. So the Zeta Gundam is this like mobile suit that they use in the Mobile Suit Gundam series, and the reason they made it is because they wanted to have a really good mobile suit.
They wanted money.
Gimmick.
Wait, transform?
Merchandise!
Are you telling me that this little thing here, this mechanical figurine, can transform and I can buy
It's
it?
Optimus Prime,
You're
bro.
gonna have to wait till the mechanics showcase for that.
And so, let us move on for this mech's aesthetics. So right off the bat here, actually, right off the toe here, we have the toes, otherwise known as the shoes, otherwise known as the boots, otherwise known as the heels, otherwise known as the fixtures which allow interface with the floor, otherwise
Guys,
known
I think
as
he likes
feet. What? No way he's right. I mean wrong. Alright, so some of you may have noticed, when I said heels, I was right. Moving on, we have the thick calves. This guy's definitely East Asian. As you notice, he has some interesting vents here, likely to vent out heat, which is what vents do.
Among Us.
No! That's not funny. And sort of lastly, we have some very nice calf thrusters, which obviously are going to thrust very hard.
Oh
Moving
my
on
god,
to-
delete the wood wedges right now.
Rather than wedges. What are you saying?
I'm going insane.
So, moving on, we have the knees. You might notice that there's a huge gap here because this is fitting some very interesting mechanics, which we will never showcase.
Rice. Wow. Nice gap, bro.
Hey.
I told you to fill it in! I told you to fill it in!
You have experience filling up things. Wait.
Moving on, you may notice the hips. The reason you notice this is because they're very detailed. You might notice this interesting decal, which is red, and these nice panel lines in two-tone shading. It's very cool, I think. You know, it's very similar to like Gundam model kits made out of plastic, otherwise known as Gundam Playmo, which you could buy. Oh, over here on the ass, we over here on the cheeks, you may notice there's more decals and this on this interesting design here, which might be a thruster. I actually don't know because I did not study this Gundam. And you also may notice 18 quadrillion switches, and that's very cool because this has many mechanics.
We don't talk about those switches.
Now we can move on to the torso. It's much more recognizable to the Gundam style. It has the very basic components of a Gundam torso. The, you know, little breast vents and the central cockpit. You can of course notice a lot of the mechanical detailing, such as these panels and this unknown like gray mechanical piece and this unknown like phone-looking thing.
It's actually an iPhone, guys. That's the iPhone 16.
You may notice this. You may notice this. You may notice this like. You may notice that. You may notice. You may notice the very interesting V-fin with the sort of like crest around the central protrusion, like his mohawk. This like V-fin in general sort of reminds me of Prowl from Transformers Animated. Those of you who know that, shout out to you. This shoulder is actually very like interesting because it has vents, but very special here is the hands because it has very like not even just very. This is some insane detailing here. You can actually see all of the interesting and thought out joints which work. Over here is the shield. This is the shield.
Whoa, no way.
The reason the Zeta Gundam has this shield, it's gonna shock you. It's to defend itself.
What?
Wow.
It attacks and defends.
No way.
Wait, does it even aid its speed?
I mean, it's the nose of the Wave Rider mode, so I guess.
Oh, can you explain what the Wave Rider mode is?
Oh, I'm gonna pull out the
It's
wiki again.
Oh,
The Wave Rider mode. A mode for Bandai to sell more toys.
bro.
They were given like divine word to make a Gundam
Toy?
that transforms by their Lord and Savior Bandai in order to
No
sell
way.
more Gunpla.
So, with that, we move on to the very interesting mechanics in which we will showcase. The Wave Rider form. Wow, so as you can see, the Zeta Gundam has activated using its eye-opening mechanics. Lovely transition, right? So, do we have arm rotation to use our gun?
Yes, actually. Let's see. Which one is it now?
Our exceptionally
It's
long
this
gun?
one. Okay.
As you can see, the Zeta Gundam has full control over his body as he lifted his gun and his leg and fired his beam shotgun, which has a very nice smoke effect all over the cannonballs that are like spread. Furthermore, you can see his full range of motion activating itself again, where he uses his very exceptionally average-sized shield, blocking his breasts and only his breasts. It's sort of an understatement to say that the Zeta Gundam has very complex posability mechanisms.
Also has a beam saber.
Very cool. We are able to show you the next mechanic, which some of you might be waiting for.
The transformation.
Wow.
Okay, so you may have noticed all of the limbs sort of just like reorganize themselves. It's kind of like a transformation.
Whoa, I didn't know what it was.
So yes, the Zeta Gundam transformed epically from a mechanical figurine into this mechanical spaceship. Moving on, we will enter the mech battles. So, to start off the battles, I have it here. Something that some of you, probably like none of you actually, have been waiting to see for a long time. The female Muto. So what's interesting is that this build, made by Supra, and that we have not showcased yet because of extenuating circumstances. But we can go ahead and give you a little sneak peek so we can begin battling the Zeta Gundam. So I will begin by slowly charging at the Zeta Gundam using my exponential speed. Uh-oh.
You suck at shooting Cyclone. You failure.
Ooh, he's poking the
Why would
barrel.
Gun as a sword, oh my god.
Don't worry.
You are beyond smart.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Interesting how the Gundam pilot is speaking to the voice in his head. Oh, but the Zeta is using some advanced backflips around. Ooh, that was a very non-damaging blow to me. Hyper
You
beam.
suck!
Oh yeah, guess what?
Ooh, the Zeta's Whoa, the Zeta's inserted his arm into the Muto's.
Holy. Okay.
Hold on, bro.
Which one did I switch on and which one did I switch off?
Rice, you're supposed to know how this thing works.
I'm just too many switches.
The Zeta pilot is having a war in his head where he gets confused over the controls. Yeah, amusingly enough,
okay.
the Muto's more damaged, actually, like a lot more than the Zeta.
That is shocking. It's
Wave Rider
first
right
match.
now.
Oh my
Wave
god!
Rider right now.
Okay. Give me. Oh wait, no, wrong button.
Rice,
Uh,
we may be missing a foot. We may be missing more than a foot. We may be missing one leg.
Nah, you could live.
Oh, interesting. The Zeta Gundam has chosen to activate the mechanical figurine selling device and turn it
No
to
way.
a Wave Rider form, which sells more
Upper.
toys.
Ugh.
Come on.
I don't think the Wave Rider is supposed to body slam the kaiju.
Okay,
No.
it seems like you're failing. Should you just transform back and use your beam saber?
Yeah, sure. It seems that I've discombobulated into a bird, though.
Strange how she's like absolutely nuclear bombed herself, and the Zeta is flying around like a mosquito in response. Holy crap! Your entire shoulder got incinerated.
Die already.
Why are you like mysteriously like approaching the behind again?
Oh no! No, the fact that he's curling his arm around Muto's leg. Oh no!
Give birth.
Hold on. Chill out, bro.
Zeta, tickle her sack.
What?
What?
Seems the Zeta Gundam is using the tip to create a hole. But I think I can see the end in sight. Yeah, the Zeta's left because he knows the Muto's dead. And with the Muto touching the void and turning into literal air, we can now move on to the next battle. So, for the third battle, we're already prepared with the Zeta Gundam's exceptionally and overwhelmingly long gun. Prepared to battle with the Ariel, otherwise known as Ariel from Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury. This guest, Cyber Mechanics, is actually one of the featured builders of the Zeta Gundam, which we sort of forgot to mention during the beginning of the video. With that already said just now, we can get ready for some very cool Gundam duels.
Go!
Uh-oh.
Cyclone?
That did not hit.
Oh my god!
That did not hit. Oh nah. Let Goofy out.
I'll kill you, Zeta Gundam.
That's not nice, bro. That's not nice, man. Rice.
Okay, you... Oh, so you are bad at aiming. You
Wow, wow, intricacy.
Yes!
Oh, a hit?
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh, stuff is happening.
There's a whole lot going on in this one clash, I think. And the Zeta actually completely blocked everything with the shield.
Totally useful.
Well, not everything. The jet kind of broke.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you didn't block the bits
my
ripping
bit is
the...
Oh shit!
Guess what?
The bit!
It's working.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh. The Ariel's super special gun technology is sort of shedded our leg.
I died. Wait, no, I'm not dead. Actually, I'm on 1 HP.
Oh no.
I can't even move anymore. Oh wait, time
Right.
Valve began
Rise.
prematurely.
to reject.
Uh-oh.
How could you fail me, Cyclone?
What? No, we won.
Wait, what? We won?
Yeah.
Somehow, you're on 1 HP. Now,
Wait,
run into
you
run
won?
into the back gun bits. It'll be really funny.
Yeah.
We didn't even transform.
I don't
What
think
about
we
admit
can.
that, do you, Wolf?
A lot of the pistons kind of broke.
Round 3?
Maybe. Let's blow everything up. Bam!
With the Zeta Gundam seeming to have prevailed against everything he has combated, we can move on to the final segment of today's video. The ranking. So to start off the rankings, we should first begin with discussing the Zeta Gundam shaping. So with the Zeta, we might just have to point out that some of the shaping is not necessarily 100% accurate, some being missing, for example. Knowing this, we should say that the Zeta gets 9 out of 10 points. Now, we discuss the proportions, and the proportions are quite up to par, TBH. If one were to analyze the original design, we might just realize that this lands at 10 out of 10. Further, when we look at the details, we begin to understand that the design is very human. I mean, accurate. Actually, you might even say exceptionally accurate. You can definitely tell that it should deserve 10 out of 10 points. Finally, as we reach the end of the ranking, we get the mechanics. And the mechanics are very strongly executed by the builder Zyber Mechanics. Truth be told, the mechanics are so complex that it is hard to describe how it works in words. Henceforth, we give it 12 out of 10 points. Now at the end of the day, the Zeta Gundam arrives at the crux of the ranking pool with 41 out of 40 total points, giving Zeta the very special Mech Gangium tier. If you agree with this ranking, make sure to let us know in the comments or Discord below. We'll see you next time.
Oh,